You put me in the position to take responsibility for your actions as well as my own.
What do you mean?
You're threatening our safety. You feed too often and you take more blood than you need.
People don't even believe we exist in this century.
You know very well that humans fear death. This culture in this century is no different. And those who take human life are hunted down.
I am what I am, Lilia. I didn't choose to evade death, but because it is in my power to do so.
So your indifference gives you the right to be a wanton killer?
I don't always kill. It only happens if the prey is too weak in the first place. Think of it as natural selection.
That's not true. You have a choice about...
Why are you going on? I take men and women as you do. The two equally satisfy my needs.
But the pleasure you gain is not from destroying your male prey. It's only the women you kill. Why? There must be other reasons.
Have you noticed that horror can be the most progressive popular genre? It refuses to accept our lot. It brings up everything that our society represses. How the oppressed are turned into a source of fear and anxiety. The horror genre dramatizes the repressed as the other in the figure of the monster. And normal life is threatened by the monster, by the return of the repressed, consciously perceived as ugly, terrible, obscene. So often the other embodies sexual anxieties and erupts as persistent and excessive as vampire, zombie, robot, as Dracula, King Kong, or Mrs. Bates. So often the other is the monstrous feminine, those aspects of women that patriarchy cannot contain. A misogynist society perceives women's power and sexuality as a threat to be contained and repressed. The predatory vampire woman is one form that dramatizes and disguises the return of the repressed. Can we subvert the horror genre? Rather than turning these monsters into scapegoats, we should realize that they're on the front line smashing the norms that oppress us.
What are we watching? Luke, do you understand all this?
Yeah, caged animals in a zoo.
Is that all you see?
Of course it is. Aren't you going out?
No. But you are. Alone as usual.
I thought you liked to go out alone.
You don't know me anymore.
Yes, I do. You're Lilia. We live together.
Are you actually interested in anything else, apart from the television and nights away from me?
Why are you going on like this? Haven't you something else to do?
I'm trying to do something now.
Well, go and do something somewhere else.
I'm stunned you can ignore the consequences of our existence.
Just let me be, okay?
You won't understand, will you? Will you? Why won't you talk?
Lilith, in the Hebrew myth of the Samaritan goddess, drank the blood of Abel, Cain's brother. As Adam's first wife, she was dissatisfied making love beneath him, cursed him, and flew off to the Red Sea, from which, like Kali's ocean of blood, she produced demon babies.
Oh, bloody hell! Cunt.
What did you say?
Why?
It's important to do it by reading.
I said cunt.
It says here that Kant was once a place of worship.
Oh?
Goddesses were praised. But through the fears of women's sexuality, patriarchy has turned them into demons. Like the myth of the vagina dentata.
Oh, yes. The toothed vagina.
Yeah.
I know that story well. Freud would have a thing or two to say about that. I mean, men are so frightened of women being free and autonomous that he invented the myth of her having teeth in her vagina. And if he entered her,
she would castrate and devour him. The goddess Kali of India, the terrible mother, monstrous, menstruous, from whose ocean of blood life was created, and into whose jaws living things were devoured. Not only the creator of life, the ultimate sexual partner, the destroyer, but she was also the animating power, the force that sustained even the gods. Her energy is called Shakti by the Indians, is what the Greeks called Psyche, the Romans Anima, Africans Sekpali, and the Chinese Tao.
Oceans of blood, life created and devoured. You know, what you're talking about means that blood is the source of life. So why are menstruating women shone? Can I get you anything else?
From West Africa, the goddess Mawu of the Dahomey people, riding the serpent of blood, Ida-Weda, together shaped the earth. In the heavens she set the sun. Out of clay she created life. And seeing life's arrogance, she imparted the seed of death.
I wondered if you found any stories from Africa.
Yeah, it's a well-hidden history. Although it shapes us, our self-knowledge is denied a voice. Maybe that's the missing link.
Why are you spending so much time at the mirror? I can't see you in it.
Something's changing.
I don't see the point when neither of us casts a reflection.
Don't you ever feel there's something missing? I can see myself.
Stop daydreaming and come to bed.
I was playing a part of a victim again. I wanted to change it. I looked out from the film. There were people watching me. They knew what I had to do next. For them, there was no alternative. But I noticed you. who was wearing a red scarf. You knew what I was thinking. You didn't look at me the way the others in the audience did. You agreed you wanted me to play a new role. You wanted me to be set free.
Take two. Have you ever noticed how women are portrayed in films? Powerless, passive, victimized. And even if a woman is represented as a strong individual, by the end of the film, she has to redeem herself in order to be accepted. Her function is to uphold the ideals of the social norm. In the film, she too is a predator, yet power is Count Dracula's alone, and the woman his victim. Can she continue to live this contradiction? Can we continue to live this contradiction? We've had enough of this. We want to represent our true selves, our strengths, our real abilities, and the active control we take of our own destinies. In the same way, we want to reclaim our goddesses, the identities of our goddesses, when they were strong and free.
She understood.
Who was she? Did she speak to you?
Wearing a red scarf.
Have you seen her before?
I must find her.
Yes, we'll hunt her together as we hunted victims in the past.
No. I want to find her alone. Take me to the Ritzy. Have a seat. Make yourself at home. Would you like me to take your cape? No, thank you. Would you like a glass of wine? That would be be nice.
Are you hungry?
Are you a student?
No, I'm not. It's independent research. I'm trying to find out why the goddesses of some cultures later become demons. Like Lamia. More wine. You sure you don't want to sit down? I saw this vampire movie this evening, and as usual,
Most people don't believe in vampires. Do you?
maybe, if they did exist, I wouldn't mind talking to a woman vampire. I think that would be interesting. Let's talk about something else. I have an excellent jazz collection. I'll play an album for you.
I do like being here.
I'm glad we got together. Would you like to stay? What are you doing?
Can't you see what I am? I thought you knew. Zaina, it's not me that wants to do this to you. It's my instincts. You don't realize how much of a threat you are to me.
What the fuck are you talking about? Who's got the power to threaten who?
I'm changing. I've been on the edge of something for a long time now.
And it took attacking me to find that out?
Look, I realize tonight that I can and do misuse my power. That I have a memory. I remembered Lamia. I could tell you everything.
Why should I trust you, Lilia? How do I know you won't attack me again? You're a vampire. You love having power over others. You get pleasure from that.
Can't you understand how hard it is to change? I do respect you, but I don't want to lose myself. I need power. At least I thought I needed it. Sit down. I'm not going to hurt you. You know that we met in my dream. And it was you that showed the contradictions within me.
So why didn't you listen? You don't have to accept the expectations. And they needed a vampire.
So that's what I was.
Exactly. I do want you to remember the past. It's so important for women to exchange knowledge. You don't have to be a parasite or a victim.
My mother was a vampire. A Lamia woman who refused to submit to their authority. She killed herself. If I'm not careful, they will kill me. Like in the dream.
Lilith, where are you going? We should be sleeping, the sun's up. You're leaving, aren't you?
I have to go.
You can't survive without me. We need each other. We're one of the same kind. You'll be back.
I need to sleep. Doing?
Just some work. You sleep well?
Yeah. These animals relate to your research, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I thought if I could watch their behavior, there might be some clues of why certain goddesses took certain forms. It's just so sad that they're caged.
I know. I felt similar. But there's more I need to know.
Shall we go to the zoo?
Why not?
It comes across, if you are black or lesbian in this society, you must be repressed out of sight or even destroyed for someone's safety. If you're visible, you become a threat. A threat to what? white heterosexual so-called normality. We become the nightmare monster, the other.
Mummy, there's two women kissing.
Someone's following us.
I know. Let's go in the Hall of Mirrors.